Hello, 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 everyone. I am back. I am back. I apologize for such an abrupt end to our 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time session. I had a quick little pivot in my day that was not on my calendar. So I'll just say it that way. So let's go ahead and jump back in. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Maximize Your Monday Masterclass. I am your vision coach, Latoya Early. I am also the founder of Chase Great University. We are a niche coaching certification company for Christian women. We help you not only mature your gift in coaching, but we truly help you develop your skill in coaching and grow your business in coaching, all while helping you cultivate your call in coaching without compromising your kingdom assignment. So I hope that you guys come back in with me. Again, if you know someone who could benefit from today's training, do me a favor and tag them in the comments really quickly. This is for my newly launched and my aspiring coaches. I am focusing on for the fourth quarter of this year. We're going to focus on falling back into focus, right? And so we're going to get back to the basics. We're going to talk a lot about the foundation of your coaching business and how do you build a six-figure coaching business. Is this something that you've been called to do? Is this something that's possible? Do you believe that this is possible for you? We're going to talk about these things on tomorrow. For the first time ever, Chase Great University is offering some courses to non-Chase Great University students. So I encourage you to go ahead and click the link in my bio or in my caption and learn more about the courses that we're offering to non-CGU students. Most of our courses, or majority of our courses before, were only for Chase Great University students. We have just recently opened the opportunity for you to join us in our join us for our courses. Let me get my words together. Let me tell y'all what just happened, just completely kind of threw me off. So I do apologize. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to share with you a few strategies on growing your six-figure business. Again, if this is your first time joining me, make sure you jump into the comments. Let me know that you are here. If you're catching this on replay, make sure you hashtag replay. I want to know who is catching us live. So do not hesitate to jump into the comments and let me know that you are here. Let me know that you're here. Not only do I want you to share what type of coach you are, but I also want you to share the problem that you solve for your client. So make sure you share that in the comments as well. So we're going to talk about growing your six-figure coaching business and what does that look like. Before I even take a deep dive into growing your business, let's talk about what a coach is. So for those of you who are in a space where you're saying, I believe I've been called to coach. Some of you may have even started your coaching journey, whether or not you've been watching videos, maybe you've started going live, maybe you've even made your first coaching offer to a potential client. I want to provide some clarity to you on what coaching is and what does that look like as a business, right? Many of us, and I use this as an example all the time, I know that when I was first introduced to coaching, it was through ministry, right? My gift of coaching was birthed in ministry. I didn't know that it was something that I could monetize. I didn't know that it was a gift. I really thought that it was just a part of who I was. I didn't know that it was an innate behavior that I could then or eventually transform into a business. How many of you, have that same type of thought process? Like, I know I can coach. I've been coaching, but I don't know if I can monetize this or if I'm able to monetize it to the amount of income that I've been told that I'm able to generate. Do you believe that you can generate six figures from your gift in coaching? I just want to know. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you believe. So, as we talk a little bit about strategy and what that looks like, getting a clear idea of what coaching is your position as a coach in your client's life is to help walk them through their process, right? But it's not about telling them how to get through their process, more so learning how to ask the right questions so that they're able to walk through their process and really see how they're able to get to where they truly desire to go. Okay. And so as a coach, it's your responsibility to help them see, asking the right questions, positioning the right scenarios and situations so that you can really guide them to where they're looking to go. It's really not our job to, tell our clients what to do, even though I know for all of the Chase Great coaches out there, I already know. um I have been wrapped up in the, giving more so of an instruction versus guidance. But it is about learning how to guide the client to where they're looking to go, right? And so for many of you, you get people calling, asking you to help them solve a specific problem. They find a lot of information in you from you, they find a lot of advice in you, and so you found yourself serving people and really offering your gift of coaching. So when we talk about coaching, there's so many different levels to coaching. Of course, we have our executive coaches, those who work in the corporate space. We have our coaches who are in ministry, where you only use your gift of coaching in a ministry space. And then you have those who are using their gift of coaching out in the marketplace. And so I want to specifically talk to those who's using their gift of coaching in the marketplace or looking to use their gift of coaching in the marketplace. How do you transition from ministry to the marketplace? How am I able to use my same skills in the marketplace that I use in business? Now, the top two areas where you're able to monetize coaching is in executive, as in corporate, or if you are coaching your team, if you're in the executive space, if you're in the corporate space, or if you are in the business space, right? And so I want to focus on those who are in the business space. If you are a coach and you are looking to grow your business in the marketplace, let me know in the comments. I want to see where are you? Are you a coach that is only looking to use your gifts in ministry? Are you a coach who's looking to build and grow in corporate, in your executive position, or in your management or leadership position? Or are you a coach who's looking to grow your business? Right? One, two, or three. Let me know. One, if you are only using it in ministry. Two, if you are only using it in your corporate space, whether or not you're a team leader, some sort of executive position, or if you are in business. That's three, right? So let me know. One, two, or three. Let me know in the comments which one are you operating in. And so the reason why I wanted to kind of get some clarity on how you're using your gift in coaching, it's because all three of those areas require a different type of strategy, right? All three of those areas require a different type of strategy. Thank you so much, Coach Sandra, for sharing that you are a growing certified forgiveness coach, Chase Great University certified forgiveness coach in the marketplace. The reason why I wanted to really identify which one of those areas is because they all require a different strategy. Most times when we go into the marketplace as a coach, the gift was birthed in ministry. And so, ministry, learning how to transition or pivot from coaching in ministry to coaching in the marketplace requires a different type of strategy. Now, let me say this: when you're in the marketplace, it doesn't mean that you aren't in ministry. Right? That's not what that means. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there is a mindset shift that is required from sharing your gift of coaching in ministry versus in the marketplace. Even when it comes to you being in business, right? So maybe you're in management, maybe you're a team leader, maybe you're in an executive position, you're in corporate, and a lot of our corporate spaces are rolling out coaching into that industry. Well, there's a different type of coaching strategy for team building coaching versus business building coaching, right? Those are different areas. And so I want to acknowledge that there are three different areas, and I want you to identify which area of coaching are you in, right? Are you here, again, to grow in ministry? Are you here to grow in the marketplace, or are you coaching in your respective coaching area? And it's important for you to identify where you are, because again, the strategy is different. So I want to specifically talk to marketplace coaches who are building their business in the marketplace. What do I mean? It means that you've taken your gift of coaching that, of course, most of us identified in ministry. We're taking that gift of coaching, and what are we doing? We're now learning how to monetize that gift. Right? How do I monetize my gift in coaching? What does that look like? Is that possible for me? Is that something that I'm able to do and transition from my 9 to 5 into coaching full time? Absolutely, it is. But in order to do that, we're going to talk about those four key areas that you need to focus on so that you're able to not only monetize in the marketplace, but you're able to monetize and generate 6 figures or more in the marketplace. If it's your goal to generate 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, then this is the training that you want to be in. I think, and I said this before, but I think it was in the live that I did when I had to and I talked about how Chase Gray University, how we focus on startup coaches, right? We focus on startup coaches. And if you notice, I didn't say new coaches. Why? Because you're not new to coaching, right? You've been coaching your entire life. What you're new to is monetizing coaching. And so there's a difference. There's a different type of strategy. There's a different type of mindset. There's a different type of practice that has to be put in its proper place in order for you to see the fruit that you're expecting to see, right? So when we talk about monetizing in the marketplace, monetizing your gift and coaching in the marketplace, we're talking about knowing how to establish yourself, number one, as a professional, and number two, as the expert. So the four strategies that I want to talk about, the number one strategy I want to talk about as a coach who's monetizing their gift and coaching in the marketplace, the number one strategy I want to talk about is the method, your different coaching methods. Now, a lot of people may ask, do I need to be certified to coach? You don't. You don't. I believe that coaching is a gift, it's a call. God has already qualified you based on the things that you've experienced and based on the call or the problem that you've been called to solve. You're already qualified. What certification does is it really matures the gift of coaching and it develops the skill of coaching, right? So here at Chase Great, we focus on maturing your gift of coaching, developing your skill of coaching, and growing your business in coaching. And so when you're thinking about your strategies and how am I going to not only establish myself as a professional and as an expert, but how am I going to monetize this? We're going to talk about those four strategies. Number one is your method, right? And so again, certification, when you go through certification programs, you learn about different coaching methods. You learn about the different methods of coaching that are most suitable for your style in coaching. And you learn this by doing what? Studying, right? Finding out the right information. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of us, we're gifted in being able to ask the right questions. We're gifted in being able to walk someone through the through the process to get to the solution to their problem. But what makes coaching so unique is the more you study and learn, the better your gift becomes, right? And so when we talk about methods, we could be talking about solution focused coaching. You know, what does that look like? Are you using that as a coaching technique? We could be talking about the grill model, the behavioral coaching method, right? What type of method are you using in your business? How are you able to measure your results with your client? The type of method you use is how you're able to measure or see the results. So there are different coaching styles, there are different coaching methods, there are different coaching different ways that you can form your framework in coaching. And some of us do freestyle. I'll be very transparent. I used to freestyle all the time because it was a gift, right? It was like I'm gifted in it, so I would just freestyle. But it wasn't until I really understood the type of coaching I was implementing or practicing so that I can be sure to measure the proper results, so then I can um adjust my price points, adjust my programming, all based on my method of coaching, right? And so I was looking for my list of different methods. I don't know what I did with it, but I'm going to be teaching a whole course on different coaching methods, though. We're going to talk about the different coaching methods. That's actually one of the courses that we're offering here at Chesapeake University as we go through our 90-day live coaching courses. Your coaching methods is one of the courses that I'm going to train on so that you can identify where you fall, right? What's my method so that I can do what? Critique my method and I'm able to really create the results in my client's life. This is now going to increase my credibility. This is now going to increase my visibility. This is now what's going to grow my business. Now, don't get me wrong, there are other major components of this, and marketing is one of our components that we're going to talk about. But marketing is what gets the client to you, right? Method is what returns the client or brings in referrals. And so you want to make sure that you are not just working on your marketing, your coaching business marketing to bring clients to you, but you also want to be aware of the method. Why? Because number one, you want to be sure that your client is maximizing their experience and they're reaching the results that they desire, because this is what is going to bring other clients to you. This is what's going to increase your credibility. This is what's going to increase your visibility, right? So number one is the method. Have you identified your coaching method and what works for you? What fits in your programming? What fits in your process? Have you identified that? Number two, mindset. Now, I'm going a little out of order because you guys know that mindset is number one. So I probably should have given this to you in order, not the order that I wrote it in, but in the order that's required. So let's kind of backtrack a little bit. So number one will be mindset, of course, hands down. Why is mindset a strategy? Well, and I've talked about this. We talked about this last week in our masterclass. Mindset is huge because if you're going to start your business, if you're going to grow your business, you want to make sure that you are establishing the mindset that you will be successful in what you're pursuing. Starting a coaching business from scratch, it's not easy, right? I know that we see a lot of coaches, amazing coaches. It may look easy. You may see all of their polished content. You may see all of their polished photos, but behind the scenes of building a coaching business is not always shiny, right? Because we're exchanging profit for transformation. That's a huge confidence booster or builder. That's a huge self-esteem builder. That's a huge mindset adjustment, because not only do I need to trust in the process that I'm providing, but I need to trust in my skill and my ability to help you reach the goal that you desire to reach. Coaching isn't always tangible. right? So say for instance, if you're a weight loss coach, okay, that may be a little tangible, because if you're walking your client through the process of changing their mindset to make better, healthier eating decisions, you'll be able to see that in their lives, right? Whether or not it's helping them heal from diabetes or high blood pressure or just to lose weight, you'll be able to see that. But say for instance, you are a mindset coach, or say for instance, you are a forgiveness coach or a confidence coach. Yes, eventually the fruit will be visible, but that process is going to take a little time. And so when we talk about the mindset piece of coaching, if you haven't grounded your mindset in the confidence behind your gift in coaching, then it could be a struggle, right? Because distractions also throw off your mindset. If you're being distracted by your children, maybe you're being distracted by your finances, maybe you're being distracted by your personal health or your self-care. These distractions play a huge part in your business, right? They play a huge part in your business. Hey, Nicole, thank you, Coach Quay, for tagging Nicole. Hey, hey, hey. Your mindset plays a huge part in your business, right? Your mindset also plays a huge part in the type of coaching method you're using with your client. One of my favorite models is behavioral, right? I like to do behavioral coaching. I like to do a lot of different methods, but behavioral coaching is one of my favorites because I can help you shift your perspective, right? So when you're looking at a certain situation, my job is to help you look at that differently. So what is this going to eventually do? Well, if I start to help you look at your situation differently, if I start to help you look at your process differently, then it'll change your mindset about, change your mindset on what you're pursuing, and then in return it's going to change your result, right? And so the mindset is super important, because if you're not confident in what you're able to deliver or how you're able to serve and support the client, then that method is now thrown off, and now it's difficult for you to stand in your lane of being the expert and really helping them transform, right? So we're talking about the different strategies, talking about the four different strategies to grow your six-figure coaching business. We're talking about mindset. We've talked about your methods, messaging. This is a big deal. A lot of times, we'll hear how to position your messaging, how to share your messaging, and this is all important. But if we're going to build a six-figure business, your messaging, the first person that you're messaging has to connect to is you, right? Because it'll become difficult for you to keep pushing a message that doesn't have value in it, that doesn't have purpose in it, that it's not connected to you in some form, shape, or fashion. If you're trying to push a message because you believe that it's what's going to generate income or bring you clients, that's only going to last you so long, right? You can only go so far. But if you are pushing a message that is connected to you fulfilling God's purpose, now there's a different type of connection, right? There's a different type of connection in the message, there's a different type of connection in the mindset, and then there's a different type of connection as you deliver your coaching methods. All of these things tie together, right? So if I were to put these in numerical order, which I should have in the first place, it would be mindset, messaging, then coaching methods, and then of course our fourth and final tip is marketing, right? These are the four different, very important areas to growing your business to six figures. Why? Because number one, the mindset, of course, is what keeps you grounded. Your messaging is what keeps you connected to your people. Your method is what creates the transformation. And then your marketing is what brings others into your pipeline, into your funneling, into your community, right? And so when we talk about growing the business into six figures, there's so many elements to the business that you want to sit down and identify. And don't get me wrong, even in the identifying of these things and, growing the business and taking the business to the level that, people say that you can get to, building your eight figure business, your 7-figure business, maybe it's just a couple $100 a month. Whatever your goal is, these 4 areas are going to need to show up in your business regardless, right? Regardless of what your monetary goal is. So we talked about mindset, we talked about your messaging, your methods. Let's talk a little bit about marketing. Now, your marketing and your message go hand in hand. Your marketing is, or your messaging is what shows up in your marketing, right? Your marketing is important. So for those of you who struggle with, going live or posting, some of you may struggle with sharing your call to action. Maybe you don't have a call to action. These are some important pieces in your marketing. How are you showing up and sharing your story to your ideal client? How are you sharing your messaging? Is your messaging clear to them? Is it something that they can connect to? Is it something that they believe the transformation that happened in your life, or even the people that you may have already helped, do they believe that that same transformation can happen for them? Right? These are all some of the questions that you answer as you sit down and create your strategy, your marketing plans. Who am I talking to? Here at Chase Gray, we focus on niche coaching. Well, niche coaching is not just a marketing piece, it's a coaching piece. When we talk about the niche, we're talking about not just the specific person you're called to serve, but what problem are you called to solve? This ties back into the messaging, right? This ties back into the messaging, because when it's time for the storytelling of your business and your marketing, if you're not clear on who you're talking to, you're not clear on the problem that you're called to solve, these things aren't, clear for your client, then that monetizing portion, that money piece, is going to be difficult. Hitting the 6-figure mark, right? That's our goal. Our goal is to hit the 6-figure mark. So I'm super excited about these different major areas, because I'm going to be talking about these areas over the next 90 days. Chase Gray University, again, we're offering our live courses. We have one course starting tomorrow, Tuesday, October 11th, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk about my 12 steps to starting a 6-figure coaching business. So if you have not started your business yet, or you've started, but yet you know that there are some missing pieces to the foundation. This is foundation building, right? This is your systems, your software, your how to make your business legal, your taxes. We're going to talk about taxes. One of the reasons why we need to talk about taxes is because, and if you're anything like me, I remember going to a tax preparer, and I remember sharing how much the company made. And she was like, "Are you going to put all of that on your taxes?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was really excited. I think this year we had made like 30,000 in our business. And I was really excited to share that that Chase Gray generated 30,000 a year. She was like, "Girl, don't put all of that on your taxes. You're going to have to pay that back." Right? And or pay the taxes on that 30,000. And so, of course, me being ignorant at that time, I didn't know. So I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, well, bring the number down." I think we probably end up listing. I probably shouldn't even say all of this because we are live, but it's been fixed. um, but so anyway, I was misled. And so I'm sharing this with you because it's important for you to know that matters. Filing, I don't care if you made $1 or $100,000 on your in your business, you want to file taxes. You want to put this on paper. We're going to talk about this during our course tomorrow and talk about the importance of it and what does that mean? Why is this important? Why is, even if I work a 9 to 5, why should I still share my tax information? And we'll talk about that, right? We're going to talk about the different software, the different systems that you need. We're going to talk about how to make your business legal. We're going to talk about, your different bank accounts, your trademarks. Why are these things important? Knowing how to protect your intellectual property, your copyright. Some of you are launching programs and different things, and they're not properly protected. And so anyone can go out and take your information and reteach it, right? And don't get me wrong, that is a very popular thing in the coaching space for a client to go in, pull content from a coach, and then try to go out and reteach it. It doesn't matter because you're not going to be able to reteach it the same way, but you want to make sure that your intellectual property is protected, right? And so tomorrow night we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the 12 steps to starting a six-figure coaching business and what do you want to make sure you're having in place. We're going to talk about pricing, right? We have a whole course set aside on pricing, but we're going to talk about it tomorrow in business startup, because the way that you start the business is the way you is how, I don't want to say the way you start is how you grow, but it plays a huge part in how you grow. And so if you're starting the business and you're saying, I'm going to start my services out at $25 per hour or $200 per hour, I'm going to show you how you're damaging your business and how it's going to be difficult for you to scale when it's time for you to scale. And it's going to be difficult for you to grow and hit that six-figure mark unless you have certain business models in place, right? So, we talked about methods, but business models, that's something that needs to be discussed. How do you want to set up your business model? How are you going to accept payment? What does these payments look like? And um what responsibilities do you have to pay out with this payment? Is that even included in your pricing? Have you sat down and said, okay, I I am structuring my pricing. What's your qualifier? How do you sit down and price your programs? If that's something that you need additional support in, then again, you want to check the link in the caption, and find out what courses we have available coming up. For the first time, we are offering our courses to non-chase great coaches, and I'm inviting you to come to the course so that you can start the six-figure business. Again, even if you've already started, let's make sure you have some of these key elements in place so that you're growing a six-figure coaching business. Cool. All right, y'all. So this is all I have for you on today. Thank you so much for rocking out with me during Maximize Your Monday. I do hope to see your faces inside of our live course tomorrow, Tuesday, October 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a 90-minute course, and the courses that we offer will be applied towards your niche coaching certification. So if you decide to continue to move forward with Chase Great University and become certified in your niche, the courses that you take with us over the next 90 days will be applied to that certification. For those of you who didn't know, I have enjoyed talking about this. I don't really talk about the business side too much. When I do Maximize Your Monday, we're really talking about um the gift of coaching, right? I talk a lot about the gift of coaching because I love it. I love the gift of coaching, talking about the gift of coaching. But I want to focus on growing the business of coaching, right? And really helping you shift your mindset when it comes to growing your business using your gift, because you can monetize your gift in coaching. I'm so glad that you are excited about these live courses. I hope to see you in our live course tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic. Cool. All righty. So if you have any questions for me about the live courses, do not hesitate to reach out. And shoot me a message. You can click the link in our caption and go ahead and secure your spot today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the course as we talk about starting your six-figure coaching business, making sure that your foundation is solid. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you guys later. Be blessed.